are back. A2TP podcast, episode 278, and we are back. Back. It's your boy International Walt sitting with
your girl Tash, the co-host is with the most.
and we back for another episode of us. Forget all the pageantries. How are you?
I'm good. Mentally, I am probably a 9. Yeah. Weird week. Like, I mean, I had off Monday. Most of the world, the country probably had off Monday from work. But even though I don't have a traditional job, I still feel like the shift, like the weirdness, and like, oh yeah, like skipping that day of the week. But nevertheless, 9. Finances, a 9. Thank God for His blessings. Work is a 9. Work is good. And physically, I feel that was like an assessment, but I think I feel good. Yeah, everything feels good, but I'm gonna say a 9.
9's across the board.
Yeah, 9's across the board.
Okay.
And E2?
That means me, you,
and you.
Mentally, I would say coming up on a 9 was an 8. I would say finances is a 9. I would say thank God for that. I would think work is a 9. Work was a 10, but it went to a 9. But still good.
Get you together here. Okay.
And physically, I feel like a 9. I feel like a 9. Yeah.
You said work was a 10, but it went to a 9 because like you're getting into the muck of things.
Yeah. Just well, it's not like
muck might be a bad word.
Yeah, muck seems like a negative content.
But like getting to like the like before was like the prep.
Just building it. Yeah. That's all. Before was the prep. Now it's just building it. Whatever's on the prints, just bring that to life.
Okay.
But yeah, so that's
your wows and woes this week?
Laborious is what it is. My wows and woes this week. What happened?
Wait, let me just. I like when you wear like your hard hat and stuff. Is a hard hat required on every job?
No.
Okay.
But I'm working in a hospital, so it's required on that kind of job.
Okay. Yeah.
And there was lots of demo, so a lot of stuff got tore out. So a lot of stuff was hanging and falling and
for safety, I get it,
and all that kind of shit. So I get it. But once you start building, making it safe, then
you can take it off.
Yeah.
Okay. Wows and woes.
Wows. I saw my sister and niece this weekend. That was a wow. Hadn't seen them since the last time I seen them. Don't even be trying to remember, but I hadn't seen them since the last time I seen them. And my niece graduated, so it was good. It was just good to hug them and see them.
On this side.
Yeah, like in Philly.
Mason Dixon line.
Not have to, the rigmarole of traveling, hustling, and bustling. It's like, I'm sure she felt like that when she got back home. Like, it's good to see people, but that goddamn traveling, planes, layovers, like that shit is for the birds. Like, it really is. Like, they make, I guess in the 80s, like the flying thing was a luxury, but now it's just like taking a cab. It's I mean, not literally like taking a cab, but it's just a lot. It's a lot. So I'm sure she felt like that when she got back home, but it was good to be to see them on this side, like my wife said.
Yeah.
Woes ties into a topic I want to start with, but my woes was we got into a little scuffle today. I'll just leave it at that.
Okay. I'll say it's like. I want to say my woe was the weather, but you know what? Sometimes plans fall apart so that, better things can come together. So, my sister and niece being here, our initial plans was Memorial Day weekend, cookouts and, some sun activity. That didn't happen, but we got a chance to just kind of do one of the things that we love to do as sisters and our family, our circle in general. Like even when we go to visit them is just chill, which we love because not that like you feel like you gotta put on a show for anybody, but it's like when we're in each other's space, like any of the three of our homes, like it ain't like you got to be a host. It's just like you just relax, you're just comfortable, you can just be. You know, you want people to be comfortable in your space, but like you just can be. And that's what we, ended up doing, having a little brunch and just like chilling at our other sister's home. So that's really what it was. And we had a good week. Well, yeah, then they came over for dinner, which July of 2023 was the last time that my sister was here. So, I mean, again, we have seen her in the, meantime, between time, but that was the first time that she was here. So it was good. It was good. But yeah, that's, so it was a good week, weekend.
So in talking about my whoa, first topic is, I don't know if it's couples out there who play fight, but when does play fighting go too far when you're play fighting with your spouse? We had like a little, I would say like a little spat over the phone, and then kind of like an aggressive play fight when I got home. And to be honest with you, and I don't want to get emotional about this, but it kind of scared me. Like, I don't want to play like that with you no more. Like, I just don't want to play like that with you no more. Like I don't want to ever hurt you. I don't want to ever be the cause of something happening to you. And I know my strength, and it just scared me where your mind can go in situations like that, where you're doing something to me, I'm doing something to you, and it just scared me in a sense where I don't even know how to explain it, but it just scared me in a sense where I don't want to play fight with you like that, in that way, at all, ever again. And I just don't want to physically hurt you. And in that moment, it felt like I could.
Yeah, this is one of those conversations I wish that we would have had off camera, because I don't feel like everything in our life, and not that it is, but some things I just don't feel like should be content. But, it is what it is. I think it reminds me of one of them things. Even when you're a kid, your parents tell you, or whoever, the elders in your life tell you, don't be play fighting, because play fighting can turn into real fighting. And again, not that we were, but it's just that when you always say when it's men around, it's always a low level of aggression, even if it's not an aggressive environment, or if it's not an aggressive scenario, just because it's that low level there. And I feel like, and just doing that, like, anything can happen. I think it's childish. Like, it's not even us. That's not even something that we typically do. Like, it's not even us. And yeah, just it should have never happened. And I don't think that I agree with you. I don't think it's something that it feels childish.
I don't like the physicality aspects of it, is all I'm saying. And then I don't like the
lean on the thing.
I don't like where you're typically where like my mind went. So that's just something that I don't want to participate in again, ever, especially not in that aspect. But I don't know, like, if couples out there, if y'all play fight and wrestle and shit like that, I guess certain aspects of it might be cool, but for me, yeah, I'm not a fan of it. And I don't know if I ever thought I was, or like you said, that's not us, but I don't know. I just scared myself today, and I don't want to play like that.
I'm fine with that.
We watched, what did we watch? What was it? Couples Therapy.
Yes.
We watched, and it's got new season, and it's like a lot of new couples on there.
I'm sorry, can I interject for one
Sure.
moment? This is Couples Therapy. It comes on Showtime with a real, like...
Oh, this isn't reality
Yeah,
TV.
not to mix it, because I think like on VH1, there was a show called Couples Therapy as well, that had like celebrities, in it, which I've never seen, but I think that, so just not to conflate the two. This Couples Therapy, it's a show. I guess you could probably consider it a reality show, but it's not like a VH1 style. It's more like a documentary series. It's real people's private couples therapy sessions, except it's a Showtime camera there. So
yeah, I would just think it's a documentary type or docu-series or something like that.
Yeah, more than
Reality
like your
TV,
ghetto reality show.
It's not that. But on there's a lot of new couples, a lot of strange pairs. Like again, it's like a thing where you would look and be like, wow, how did these two people end up together? Not in a bad way, but just I wouldn't think.
No, yeah, that's a good description.
Some strange pairs. And on there was a guy who cheated on his wife. He had like intercourse, penetration with a cuddler. Because he snuck off and went into a cuddling service. And we posed the question, is cuddling service cheating? Like just going to pay $80 as if you would pay for a massage. Is this something that could be looked at as self-care if you're lacking in your relationship? On the lines of, okay, I asked my husband for a massage or my wife for a massage and she didn't want to, or I asked to cuddle and she didn't want to, you do a service for $80, $100 and cuddle, nothing more, nothing less, and you leave. Is that cheating? Obviously, if you penetrate one of the people there, that's cheating.
But leave it
just
at cuddling.
The cuddling cheating.
So I think if you keep it a secret, then yes, because it's a level of intimacy that it could just very well be some nurturing. But if it's like, you have this conversation with your wife, like, hey, and this wasn't the case for this couple, but, I know you're not into the whole, cuddling thing. And I just need to be held a little bit. So, I'm going to call Esmeralda over. I'm going to call her up and go and schedule me an appointment and, just let her go cuddle me. And like, there is no sex. This is something that you have an agreed upon thing, and your wife or your spouse knows that you're going to do this. Then while it may seem strange to some, I don't think that's cheating. But when you're sneaking into it, that level of intimacy, now it is like, it's like tiptoeing on the line of cheating with like one toe over. Okay, because if you don't have sex, then it's like, I'm not as mad, but I also feel like you are like sneaking around and you're having this emotional, it's physical and emotional bond with someone behind my back.
I get what you're saying. In the moment, it could be a physical bond with somebody, but what if I get a different person every time because I'm there just for the cuddling?
No, I'm saying physical because you're touching.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but the emotional part is what I'm saying might not be a thing. Also, what could be more intimate than a massage where some people get naked? Like, I don't know the attire for cuddling. I couldn't imagine it's your underwear and shit because they want to remove the sex part. But I don't know, and I don't know if it's in your street clothes. I don't know. I never even seen anything like this. But what could be more like a massage? Some people get butt ass naked and get hands put on them and rubbed on them. So you can actually go to a place where it's a happy ending at the end of a massage. I don't have to discuss, hey, I'm going to get a massage with you. So why would you think a person or a spouse would have to discuss, I'm going to cuddle? And let's just say if the cuddling is if you're going to cuddle, you put on some tights and a t-shirt because you're going to cuddle, or some sweatpants and a t-shirt or whatever.
That's a different level of intimacy. A massage is like
almost even if you're naked?
I get naked when I get a massage. I mean, it's a lady.
That's high intimacy. But okay, that's a woman. But I'm saying that's high intimacy, that you're somewhere out the house with your clothes on with somebody's hands rubbing you.
But that's like when I go to the GYN, my clothes is off. Like it's more of but a massage, like that's more of like, that's a therapy, a massage therapist. That's, I don't want to say it's medical, but that's a therapeutic service that you're going to. So now when you talk about a happy ending, again, you're crossing the line. But just to go get a massage, I don't think that's toting the line to get a massage. I don't think the two even compare. I would even say, let's say you have a lady that offers a service where, she cooks you intimate dinners at her home and, wines and dines you. And like, I think even that level of intimacy is like crossing the line if you're sneaking behind your wife's back and doing it. So I think that's where the fine line is, it's the sneaking part to do it.
I personally wouldn't do it, but I don't think it's that if you don't tell your wife, now all of a sudden you're cheating. Like if I'm there with clothes on and I'm getting cuddled and held and I fucking take a half-hour nap and somebody's holding me and I wake up and I go home and I don't do anything, you can't tell me I'm cheating just because
I
you
just said it's
know.
on the line, but with a little toe over it. A little bit. Now,
I don't
okay,
agree
is this
with
one
that.
of those double standard things, though?
No, I don't think it's a double. I mean, no, I think it applies for in both ways. If you're looking at it as a sense of, because you're trying to use the massage thing as a medical thing, where some people just use it as self-care, not like a medical thing.
No, I said therapeutic.
Well, yeah, it's therapeutic.
You leaning on the
It's
thing.
therapeutic. Yes, it's therapeutic, but it's not necessarily a.
I'm not saying it's medical. I'm just saying it's therapeutic.
Some people use.
It's like you going to get a facial, you going to get a massage, you're going to get a body scrub. Like,
and why wouldn't I'm going to get a cuddle fall under self-care? Like, I'm going to get a cuddle for a half hour, then I'm going to get a facial, then I'm going to get a massage, and I'm coming home. I'm towing the line because you didn't know about the cuddle.
I just think cuddling is a different level of intimacy and I mean, again, maybe just because
I'm not saying it's not. I agree with you.
Maybe because it's so unconventional. Like, I don't. Me going about my week, the days that I have off from work. If I say, oh yeah, I'm gonna, I had a massage scheduled for Thursday, you would be like, okay. I had a stretch scheduled for Thursday, okay. A facial, okay. I have a cuddle schedule. You'd be like, what? No, it's no sex involved. I wear my sweatsuit, and I just sometimes I just need to be
okay with it. I'm just saying some couples would be, and like you said, if you pose the question to your spouse, like, hey, you're not really into cuddling, so I'm gonna go do a cuddle. Okay, like if you're not into it, I think you would be the type of woman that now you would deny me the cuddle. You'd be like, no, I'm not cool with that, and you don't even do it yourself.
I don't know. It's
like after sex or whatever it is, or just sitting on the couch, you don't like the cuddle. Cool. Now when I tell you I'm going to go get a cuddle, you're going to deny me the cuddle and say I'm not okay with that.
They sell body pillows, like pillows that are as big as your body. Actually, they sell the double body pillows where it's as big as your body and it's in the shape of like a shoehorn, where you can lay on it and it feels like it's a person in the front of you and behind you. Cuddle that.
Okay, what if my cuddler is like a nanny, like a almost 60-year-old woman? She just know how to cuddle.
Now you're moving the goalposts. I mean,
because the cuddle is, that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to make it just about the cuddle. It ain't like when you see the cuddler, she 22 and hot as fuck with big titties. Like, no, she is a 50-year-old woman who just cuddles nice.
Then I mean, okay, looking at it from that perspective, then I wouldn't think you were cheating. But if you're not telling me, I would think there was some kind of deceit to it. Like, I don't know. I think the problem would just be like, why are you hiding it? Is it
would it click now? In your head?
Is it that because you're hiding, because you are embarrassed, or what?
Would it click in your head? Okay, 6 months ago he did ask me to cuddle 10 times, and I always tell him no. Now 6 months later, I found out he got a cuddler. And now I'm pissed at him. Like,
okay, but let's change the scenario where the wife doesn't have a problem with intimacy, with cuddling, or any of that, but he just is seeking, or she is seeking, this outside cuddle service. I just think it opens the door to the deceit part is what opens the door to other things.
I get it.
It's very
strange. You should be on the same page, and you should be one. So,
my thought is this, right, about this particular scenario, and in this situation, all of the women were young and beautiful. I think this is just some people's way around being an escort. You can't legally be an escort, you can't legally be a prostitute, and this was in New York. So I think this is just their way around it.
Escorts in New York.
I don't think they can legally sell sex, though, is what I'm saying. Like they can sell dating services. Oh, sure, I'll go on a date with you, but they
end
can.
up fucking. Is what
I know. I'm just saying. I think this is another way around.
Okay, I'm just thinking like they have escorts in New York that you're right. They're not advertising selling pussy, but
right. I think this is just
you buy
another
one,
way.
you know you're getting some coochie.
This is just another way. We can just skip the whole fake date thing, and you just come over. I think this is just another way around that.
So you think the first time you get a cuddler, you can fuck her?
I think so. I don't think, and this is just my opinion. I don't think anybody that is offering cuddling services is not also offering coochie. That's just what I think.
Even if you see a grandma on there?
I don't think it's going to be any. I just don't.
For real?
I don't think so. I could be.
What do you think the cutoff limit is? The age?
Probably. Well, so I would say I don't even know if it's a cutoff limit or a look. Because you got some smoking hot 60-year-olds, and if it's another man that's 60 and that's what he wants, then she may be able to offer her service.
I'm going to do some research
but
and see if there's some pictures
I think
of cuddlers.
It's probably the look. That's what I think. I mean, or because you could be a grandma, you may never get booked.
Wouldn't you think plump people get booked?
Yeah.
Because you want something to cuddle, then you don't want to be cuddling next to bones.
But I think you can also get some coochie.
I'm not gonna put that on them.
That's what I think.
Cuddlers out there, if y'all cuddling on the side, I don't feel that way about y'all. I wouldn't buy your service, but I don't think somebody could just buy a cuddling service and fuck on the first night. Like, damn, you think it's really, really intimate. What if I like to be small spoon? I'm not even looking at you. Like, hold me.
No. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying like every session is going to be that. Some men may show up just wanting to cuddle, but I'm saying I think it's always on the table.
Wow.
Just like you say, you think strippers are always willing to go to the back. Every stripper is always willing to go to the back room. I feel that way about this.
Well, everybody has a number. There's some in there that you would say, okay, they won't go to the back, but if the number's right, everybody goes to the back. Okay.
I think all the cuddlers. Now, again, some people may truly, honestly go there just for cuddling.
So you don't think nobody's making a living just cuddling?
No.
They all fucking.
No, again, I think some people may go there just for cuddling. But that sex is always an option.
I'm talking about the cuddlers. You think all the cuddlers?
Yeah, they may not be having sex with every client, but
they fucking.
Yes, they
so
are
no
having
cuddlers,
sex with,
just cuddling.
No, nobody's like, oh, I'm just a cuddler, like, and they never had sex with a client.
That's crazy.
I don't think so.
That's crazy. I do not think that at all. I think there's some people out there who cuddle. And you could be a cuddler. I'm gonna look this up and see if I can see some pictures of some cuddlers.
Some cuddle service.
Yeah, and now I get it if it's a 22 or 25-year-old girl with big tits and her profile is like, okay, you want your titties on my back and all, like all that kind of. I get that, but if it's a fucking 52-year-old lady who is a widow and just likes to cuddle, then it's like
she might never get booked. Yeah, she might never get booked. I'm just saying.
Might be a great
now,
cuddler.
you haven't looked.
We haven't looked and everything.
We haven't looked into any of it yet. But just estimate. What do you think the charge is?
Probably $100 an hour.
For cuddling?
Yeah, I would think $100 an hour. I can't think any more than that to cuddle because sex ain't involved.
Now remember New York.
New York might be $200 an hour. If they have it up there. Because up in New York.
That's where he was. They were in New York.
Oh, yeah. But, well, I guess in New York, they get right to fucking, so it could be a little more.
Yeah.
I'm going to look this up. I didn't even think to look this up beforehand to see, like, how much a cuddling service costs, or are there, like, sparse, or is it, like, all over the place and we just don't know? It could be, like, 6 cuddling services around me and we just don't know.
I wonder if they do couple cuddling.
That's what I'm saying. So well, you think it's going to be some swinging shit?
I'm not interested, but I think.
Well, not even swinging. It's a threesome because it ain't like it's two. What if one person, they cuddle you and cuddle me?
I think if we wanted to have a threesome with that person, that's on the table. We should book a person and just go there and cuddle and see if they like try to give us a clue.
And what if they do?
Say, no, thank you. We just were here to cuddle.
So we're going to go there and do nothing?
We're going to cuddle. And if they like try to offer us sex, we're going to say, no, we only came here for cuddles.
It will be a one-time experience. Like, get it out the way. What's you cuddlers out there? Let us know. What's going on with the cuddling community? What's a red flag walking into someone's house?
A red flag walking into their house?
Yeah, what's a couple red flags? Let's run down a few. Spend a minute here on what's like when you walk in somebody's house and you see something and it's like, is it like a case of water on the floor? Nah. Is it like a fly trap hanging from the ceiling? Is it like plastic over the windows or on the furniture? Is it No,
I would probably say animals anywhere but on the floor, like
So on the sofa.
That's a little subjective because some people might have like a little dog that might sit on the sofa, but you like if you one of them people that have a cat that like walks along the back of the sofa
or a Rottweiler
jump up
just sitting on one cushion.
But again, I mean, a dog is a little different because I understand how people can have that relationship with a dog. So I don't know if I would judge a person that's hard, but like a cat walking along the back of the sofa or jumping up on the table from like I probably am not gonna feel comfortable eating there.
Dishes in the sink?
No, I'm not judging anybody for that.
Empty bowls of food in the living room?
No, because again, somebody it ain't like I'm showing up at somebody's door unannounced, but you just could have just got finished.
Plays into it, the fact that they knew you were coming, so the place still looks like this.
But I'm not.
So it's a half cereal bowl. You see they breakfast. They got a half eaten. You saw they lunch because it's a sandwich there, and nobody took it in the kitchen.
I'm not like looking at people judging them in that way because I know life get busy, especially if you somebody that got kids or something. Life could just get busy. Now, if it's one of them things where like you go to open a microwave or something and the microwave is filthy.
Yeah, that's why I was getting to
that is
overused litter box. You go in there and you smell a little stench and you go past say that they use the bathroom and the litter box got 10 pounds of shit in it.
See that
life
kind of
still get busy.
That kind of thing. Overused is one thing. I mean, I ain't counting how many turds is in there. But if I'm walking in your house and I can smell animal, then that's a bad thing. Like
overused ashtray.
If you smoke cigarettes in general, like that's I'm not. I'm probably not gonna be in your home if I can smell that you smoke cigarettes.
Fly trap from the ceiling.
Yeah, I say yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Come on, help me name some other red flags.
I don't know because I'm not like really
what
like
would
we
you
don't
be
wear.
Bugged out about?
Like I said, the microwave, a cat.
Okay, walking it's a mousetrap in the corner.
I'm not necessarily judging you on that because I know people that have. I don't want to put people on the spot. I know some people that have clean houses.
But that would be a red flag for you. That I don't want to be in here longer than I have to be, and
that's because of my fear. Yes, that's because of my fear. Of mice, but I don't think that's necessarily an indictment on that person.
I think you use strong words. I'm just saying, would you walk in and see?
But no, I think red flag is a strong word. Like what we're
talking
saying,
about indictment and all that. Like just a red flag that I don't want to be here longer than I have to, and I probably won't come back. If you got a fly thing hanging from the ceiling, and it's all got all these flies on it. Okay, whatever I came here for, let's fix it, and I don't want to come back here. Yeah, if that's how you live.
Yeah, that animal, like animals.
The smell of animals.
Smell of animals.
Cigarettes.
Or like seeing like a cat on the table or something like that is like a icky thing for me. But I mean that's
microwave. You said.
Yeah, if you open your microwave and it's like filthy, like splatters all over the place, like yeah. You know what else too?
Visibly dirty, or is it just life gets busy?
No, if it's visibly dirty, I'm probably, like,
it could use a couple vacuums, like, that's not too much to do, but ain't nobody vacuuming.
But again, it's like, okay, I could have showed up at their house on Saturday, maybe Sunday, the house might be spotless.
Okay.
So it's certain, I read something one time, or maybe I saw a video, but I think I read it, and it was saying, like, if if you have a friend that comes over your house and no, it's that if you go over your friend's house and you're looking at, oh my goodness, look how dusty the lamps are, look how dusty the tables are, when was the last time these curtains was washed, and you notice all this stuff about your friend, it was saying like, are you really a friend? Like, you're supposed to be there in the moment enjoying, your time with that person, but like you're looking and focusing on like the cleanliness of their
We're
house.
all humans. When we go into new spaces, that's what we do, whether we're in public or in private. When we go into new spaces, we look at our surroundings. Nobody goes in a room that they never been in before and don't look around. Don't look at the walls, the ceiling, the floor, the furniture before they sit on it. Everybody does that. That's not a judgment thing. It's just what humans do.
I think, but to a certain extent, because like, I mean, it ain't like I go over many people's houses, but I think you kind of have, and you could be wrong, of course, in this assumption, but you kind of have an assumption of how a person carries themselves in the house based on how they carry themselves out the house. Now,
But they don't necessarily got a match.
Again, some people could fool you.
Yes,
like you watch Hoarders and people be like, oh my God, I had no idea Uncle Larry was living like this.
Come out the house looking nice and the house is like shit.
So there are some exceptions, but I think you kind of build a picture in your head. Like, yeah, you may not know exactly what their house looked like, but you kind of get it. And again, I don't go over many people's house. So if I'm coming to your house, like, we probably have some relationship, and I probably know like this ain't a dirty person, but I'm not looking to be like, sheesh, when the last time she cleaned them baseboards? And I'm
not saying that, but if you sat down on the couch and looked over, or got a drink and sat your drink on the coaster and visibly saw the table is dusty, like, you wouldn't be like, damn, or the lampshade is dirty, or the curtains is visibly got handprints and dirt prints on them. You wouldn't be like, damn. You just be like, oh, I'm here as a friend. Like, I don't see none of that. Like, come on now. Like, everybody looks at what's in a room. If we brought some new people off the street in our house right now, they would walk in, stand there and be like, hey, how y'all doing? And look around and see, like, where they at. If we said have a seat, somebody would be looking at the couch like, what am I sitting on?
I mean,
whose jacket is this? Like, people will be looking at shit.
Looking to see who you're sitting on, but looking up at the walls in the corner. Like, I think that's, I don't think
looking for dirt as far as like the walls and corner. I don't mean like the baseboards. I'm just saying people would look at the general shit in front of them. When you talk about baseboards, that's going a little too far. But the curtains, the couch you about to sit on, like, you're going to look at that stuff. You haven't when you went into a space that you haven't been in? I mean, that you have never been in before?
I'm sitting here thinking, like, of 3 friends whose houses I've been over, like, most recently, I couldn't tell you what none of their curtains look like. Not in the terms of cleanliness, but not even in the terms of color.
Wow.
Like, that's not even in terms of color.
Not even for you to look at the decor to compliment your friend, to be like, oh shit, this is put together nice. I like them curtains. Like, so you just like, I don't look at anything.
No, like, I can think of like, okay, what their sofa look like, or like their table, but I can't, like, I'm sitting here trying to think of what their curtains look like, and I have no clue.
But that's my point in saying, you remember what the table looked like, you remember what the couch looked like, you remember shit that you because it's like,
that's in my immediate eye view, but I'm not like looking around, I guess. Like, I'm looking at the things that I'm immediately coming in contact with.
I don't know in nobody's house, but I know.
I'm not like checking it out.
I know when I do go in people's house, I look around just to see.
Yeah, I probably, again,
I don't want to, like, people have dogs. I don't want to step in shit or piss. I don't want to. Like, I'm serious. I don't want to sit where the dog might have peed. Like, so I'm not looking to critique or looking to, but it'll be like, oh shit, there's a stain right there. That might be the dog where he peed at. I don't want to sit there. I'm not just going to walk in and sit down and be like, oh shit, I feel my pants wet while I'm sitting here talking. Like, I didn't notice this cushion was wet.
I mean,
like, that's on you.
Again, that's something that you come in contact with. You're going to sit on the sofa. You're going to sit at the table. But, it's not like, again.
Now if somebody says, okay, make yourself at home, you want some water? Yeah, I'll get some water. The glasses is in there. You go in there and look at the first 5 glasses you see all spotted.
Okay, then, again, that's something that you're coming in contact with, so you see it. But I'm not looking to be like, damn, look at all these handprints on the refrigerator.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you don't have no red flags except for the few you said, the mouse trap, the fly trap.
Animals. And again, a mouse
Cigarettes.
trap, I'm not necessarily, it's not, for me, I'm afraid of mice. So I'm not going to, you could have the cleanest house in the land. And maybe you just got, what's the little,
And I
a
don't.
field
I
mouse
guess
or something.
I'm not. I'm not. And I think was some people is going to associate red flag with judgment. I'm not saying judgment. I'm simply saying, what do I have to do to spend as least time here, and I'm probably not coming back. I'm not going to go be like, oh,
Well,
you
that's
a dirty.
judgment.
No, it's just this is an environment or a space I just don't want to be in. I'm not judging
Okay.
you. Like you said, it could be a bad day, or it's it's hectic. Okay, cool, but I don't want to be in here while.
So
it's
what are
dirty.
the red flags for you?
I would think the mouse a mouse trap. I would think a fly trap. I would think.
Wait, it's so funny you say, because I'm thinking, do people still buy those?
Fly traps. Yeah,
Oh,
they
okay.
still sell them.
Okay.
Somebody buying fly traps.
Okay.
Shit like that. Like I wouldn't. I'm not. Again, it's not about a judgment thing. It's just like things that you're gonna notice that you'll be like, okay, you probably want to do something.
But do you understand how that is a judgment?
I can see how it could be looked at as a judgment. Yeah, I don't see how it is a judgment, but I can see how it could be perceived as one.
Okay.
Yeah. 3 grams. Kevin Hart was on the Breakfast Club and was defending the roast that he had, the Tony Hinchcliffe joke, and he had no problems with nothing. He said all is good, and Tony Hinchcliffe had one of the best sets, if not the best set, and comedians can say and do and speak about and joke about what they want to, and he didn't have a problem with it, and why should anybody else?
You know, I will complete transparent moment. This made me kind of think about us in a sense because, well, you know, I'll speak for myself because I don't know how you felt exactly. We watched the roast, and when I heard it, it was like, yikes. But I didn't have like this visceral reaction like other people are having. And I guess because, one, I know like not like we're comedy connoisseurs. I understand some people may not be familiar with a roast, but I know when it comes to a roast, people say the most foul things. Now, granted, this thing about George Floyd is like, you're not even saying this foul thing about Kevin Hart. You're just saying something really bad. But it's one of them things that's like, ugh, that was, you know, a tough joke. And I'm saying joke in quotations, but for me, I didn't think the roast was that funny. I mean, you know, we chuckled a little bit at some things, but sometimes it just felt a little too scripted. And some things it was too prolonged. I just didn't think it was Kevin Hart just seemed so scripted and unnatural in his responses to stuff. He
knows how to do that fake laugh so good that you think he's actually laughing.
No, see, and for me, it felt like he was reading a script.
Oh, I mean, I can see it when he does it, but it's like, yo, he's doing the fake laugh again.
What are you talking about? Yeah. Like that whole movie. So for me, it just felt so unnatural. Even with like the banter between him and The Rock, it felt like this was rehearsed. Like it didn't come across as natural banter. So I didn't think it was the best roast anyway, but it has made me, and I am still pondering in my mind like, why didn't I have, and maybe my expectations for white people just are what they are, and I was familiar with Tony Hinchcliffe's name, not with his comedy.
Chill Tony, you ever heard of it?
Yeah, so that's what I mean. And I know he goes to the place that Joe Rogan has in Texas. What's it called?
It's called The Mothership. The premise of his show is he takes and that's the thing that he says, any comedian, white, black, yellow, Hispanic, Asian, anybody, he takes a name out of a hat, and if you're funny for 60 seconds, you get to go on tour with them.
Yeah, so I mean,
and open for them and shit like that. So he does have a leg to stand on where he's like, he gives anybody a opportunity if he's pulling names out of the hat, whether it's white, black, whoever. If you're funny for 60 seconds, you get to go on tour with us.
Yeah, I mean, I was familiar with his name, not familiar with his comedy at all. But it has made me kind of self-reflect of, why didn't I feel like angry about it? And I still don't have the answer. I don't know. Like, again, maybe I just, like, when it comes to comedy, I am one of them people that believes that, you know, a joke is a joke. There are some, I don't like, and I know I've probably said this before, they kind of alluded to a joke about rape or sexual assault or something like that too. That's very cringy to me as well.
And you don't
but
like the
I don't like mentally
the
challenged
mentally
jokes.
challenged
That's
jokes.
probably the only thing you cannot get me to laugh at. The other things, even if they're very cringy, if it's funny, I might still laugh. But it is making me think to myself, like, wow, why didn't I have this reaction that everybody else is having? So with that being said, I'm not mad at Kevin Hart about this, because it's like, I ain't feel as angry as everybody.
A lot of it is pack mentality. You can wake up and see everybody is on this today,
and you know that
like,
ain't me.
Yeah, so it's like I'm not even thinking about that. So I'm over here because everybody is mad about that. Everybody looking and saying, "Be mad about that." That's
and
not,
I'm not going to be. I'm gonna be. That I would be being phony, because I wasn't mad when I saw it.
That's a part of it, and we desensitized a little bit, like, and you got to figure out what you're mad at. Yeah. Is the joke funny? Are you mad at him for being a racist, a bigot? Are you mad that it was Kevin Hart's thing? He should have did something. Are you mad that they let all white writers do all the jokes? Are you mad that he's in a black space talking about a black, you know, a hero of ours, quotes that, you know, he's
who is the hero? George Floyd?
Kevin Hart.
Okay.
Like, he's in a black space talking about blacks, talking about, you know, you guys, and when they said the slave shit, he's like, all that kind of stuff. And then the George Floyd, he doubled down on that.
Yeah, I mean, again.
So what would you be mad at?
I think for me, the only thing that this really makes me think about, again, outside of that, and this goes not just with this situation. What pisses me off is that comedians or people in the entertainment industry, a black, could never get away with saying or doing those things about a Jewish person, like if that had happened, or like about making jokes about the Holocaust. That pisses me off, because it's again, it's not that I feel like jokes can't be made, but
they just don't let you get
everybody off. Should be a fair game, and that's what I don't like. So in that sense, I do feel like, you know, if they're
mentally challenged people should be fair game.
No, I'm talking about, if we're going to talk about slavery, we're going to talk about the Holocaust. Yes, we're going to talk about the Holocaust. If we're going to talk about slavery, let's talk about Hiroshima. Okay. You know, if we like, so that's what I mean in a sense. But it's like, black people can be, you know, fodder for the jokes, and we'll laugh at them if it's funny. But let somebody tell a similar joke or something about a Holocaust survivor or something like that, and it's like they will only go, not to say nobody, because didn't somebody say something about Anne Frank?
No, so okay,
like they will tiptoe, but they will not go but so far.
Tony Hinchcliffe wrote that joke. He went last, and that was his last joke. So let's say he wrote that and said, "I'm gonna say this." No, I'm not gonna say it. But when somebody, I forget who, but when somebody did the Charlie Kirk joke, does that mean, okay, y'all opening the door for this? Because it's like, don't play on either side of the aisle. Like, you shouldn't be making fun about his death if we don't want people to make fun about George Floyd's death.
Yeah, I mean, and I get what, you know, both were murdered. Whether if white people want to believe that George Floyd wasn't murdered by that cop, and we saw that he was, and then you got some people, the conspiracy theorists, saying that Charlie Kirk wasn't assassinated, it was like a setup of some kind. But in both situations, regardless of who they were, what their lifestyles were, they were murdered. And yeah, like, I mean, we're gonna make jokes, and everybody should be fair game in that sense. So again, I'm
not gonna laugh at the George Floyd joke, but I think if we're gonna let his joke fly, again, how are you gonna be offended by what people say? Whatever what the saying is, I can't think of it right now.
Yeah.
But
and again, I don't think
ashamed by nothing offended by everything. But how you gonna be offended by that, or giggle at the Charlie Kirk joke where he got shot in the throat on camera, and then the same thing happened to George Floyd where he got a knee on his back on camera? Like, that's kind of in the same ballpark.
Yeah, and I didn't laugh at the George Floyd joke, but I just remember thinking like, yeah,
like you think they should be able to say them? Because again, we're not gonna laugh at either joke. They can, but can they say them? Because again, when you got like hype about this person who's saying these jokes about race and all this kind of stuff, and it's everybody say it's supposed to be fair game. Nobody got mad at Dave Chappelle when he did the trans jokes.
Well, the trans community initially.
Well, that community, but I'm just saying everybody said he should be able to joke and say what he wants to say.
I mean, I think
like you can't cancel Dave. He gets to say that, and he did it for 3 specials in a row.
I think people should be able to say what they want to say. It doesn't mean that everybody's going to like it, but I think your moral compass should in some way dictate how far you take it, because behind the jokes, there are families that are mourning. And I ain't capping for no Charlie Kirk at all, but he got a wife. I don't know if he got a kid or anything like that. And of course, George Floyd has a family. So I think there does need, and I guess it's hard to talk about, it's one thing to talk about like historical things that happen, but I can see where the difficulty comes in for people to digest you making fun of somebody being murdered. That like I can see where that comes into play, where it's like, oh, like this person didn't just die and you're making jokes about, like, this person was murdered, and in this case racially motivated, in Charlie Kirk's case politically motivated, but these people were murdered. And it's like it's almost like one of them feel like, I don't like mentally challenged jokes. I don't know why I get such a visceral reaction, but it makes me sad to think who's in this audience that has a mentally challenged child that they're sitting here like, nah, that ain't funny.
But what if it's a section over there for mentally challenged people who want to be a part of the show who are laughing?
I get it.
Like,
I get it. I'm just saying, like,
who said, hey, don't exclude us from the comedy show. Let us buy tickets, have a section for us, and we're going to sit there and laugh at us.
I guess this is where I feel like the line should be drawn. And this can't be done because so many things can hurt people's feelings. But I feel like if I think that it is something that like will definitely hurt people's feelings, then it's just cringy for me. Not like because of shame or something, but I mean hurting people's feelings because of you making fun of their loved one being killed, or you're making fun of mentally challenged people and they're dealing with that at home.
Yeah, I get
that. But again, that's like an impossibility.
Either I don't think the mentally challenged jokes are that funny either. I do laugh at some who are creative and try to make them funny and don't just go at low hanging fruit.
Yeah.
So I do giggle at that because it's like, wow, you put a little effort into it. I think comedians should be able to say what they want to say. I'm going to laugh at the dark humor, and the dark humor is edgy sometimes. Yeah, it's edgy sometimes, and that's kind of what the shit we think. We just don't want to say out loud. But it's some of that stuff is kind of the shit we think that me and my wife might say to each other. I know she don't like when I talk like that, but we sitting around watching people, that might be some shit I say to her, like something that I wouldn't say on camera or that I wouldn't say to nobody else. So I get it.
I look at it like music, right? Everybody doesn't like every genre of music. And even if you like a specific genre of music, you don't like every artist that creates music in that genre. Right. The same goes for comedy. Like, Kevin Hart just had his Funny AF comedy show that he did. It was like a competition. And there was one white girl, two white girls I can think of. One, she had like this real melancholy kind of flow to her. And she would, her jokes was kind of, you had to like catch on to them. But she like that kind of like, oh, my uncle touched me when I was, 5 kind of thing. And that's why my life is. Yeah. And it's like, I ain't laughing. Like, I get where you going and the end of the joke might be funny. And then you got the other girl who all she talk about is her coochie, 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 and how bad she needs sex. I mean, she's funny in some sense, but to me, it was like not my taste. So again, just because comedy, you're right, comedians should be able to do and say what they want. yes, I still believe that your moral compass should kind of dictate that in some ways, because everything you think doesn't need to be said. And I think in some ways, it's probably hard for a comedian to think of how to say stuff and be also mindful of not hurting people's feelings. But there are some comedians,
because you're trying to be funny and you don't know that you
Yeah.
crossed the line, or you're not. You don't know that the joke is not funny until you say it.
until it's not funny.
Yeah, until it ain't funny, and people looking at you like, "What the fuck did you just say?" And then you like, "Oh shit, how do I get out of this?" But your attempt was to try to be funny. If you got good intentions, if you're trying to hurt people, that's a different story. But if you just like, "Man, this shit gonna be funny," and then you say it, and everybody like, "The fuck is wrong with you?" And you like, "Damn!" Like, I could imagine, like, you just feel shame. Yeah, like, "Damn, I should have never."
Or like abortion jokes and that kind of stuff. You just gotta
that
like,
stuff is funny sometimes. Abortion jokes are funny sometimes.
That's what I'm saying. Sometimes you just gotta know your audience and know that you're not gonna be everybody's taste.
Death jokes are funny sometimes. Abortion jokes. I don't think there's no rape jokes. What was the rape joke we heard?
Oh no.
It was. Did Dave do it? We went to some special and somebody did like a 4-minute rape joke and tied it all together. I forget who it was, but that's the only rape joke that I ever heard that made me chuckle. I don't think rape jokes are funny though. That's probably it. I could laugh at everything else. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I thought you was thinking of next year. I wasn't.
No. Meek Mill put up a post. Some Dreams and Nightmares sneakers came out with LeBron. Like a mashup with LeBron, a pair of sneakers of his, and a t-shirt, sweatshirt with some artwork on it that kind of resembled Meek's album cover to the Dreams and Nightmares. And Meek was not called at all. He was asking, "What the hell's going on? Y'all stole my brand. Y'all mashed it up with Brian. Nobody fucking reached out to me. What's going on?" To the point where he thought that it was like AI. He thought the sneakers was a fake.
Yeah. And he thought the t-shirt, like he thought it all was fake. Yeah.
But come to find out, it wasn't.
Yeah.
So we bringing Brian. Brian is a big music head. He's a big Meek fan. He's always been on tape in the gym playing shit and knowing all the words to it. But that don't mean you take it and mash it up with your own sneaker without calling Meek. Especially if he owned like Dreams and Nightmares or that artwork.
I don't think it's his responsibility to call Meek. I think it's Nike's responsibility. But I do think Brian should have confirmed that like Meek was cool with everything. And he could take it as one of them things where it's like, if I don't ask nothing, then I won't know nothing. But that's
wouldn't that be his responsibility to be like, "Yo, Meek, did Nike hit you yet?"
We don't know what relationship they have, but he should have asked Nike, like, did y'all hit him? Is he cool with everything? Right. So maybe no, he didn't need to contact him directly, but I do feel like Nike should have, and he should have confirmed that they did. But again, it could be one of them things. If I, like what they say, hear no evil, see no evil. Like if I don't ask nothing, I won't know the answer, which is really corny. A couple things about this that is a little shocking is that one, just recently, I want to say May 18th or so, there was a trademark filed by Dream Chaser Records for Dreams and Nightmares, which
just this May 18th.
Yes.
All these years that been out, they just filed the trademark.
But I guess you think about it, it's a song title, so maybe they just never. It's like think about Diddy. Like we don't know if More Money, More Problems is trademarked. Like that saying. So. We would assume so, but we don't know that.
Take that.
You know,
it's trademarked.
You know that's a song title. You know, if anybody hears it, they're gonna know that it's yours. And you probably would think, ain't nobody gonna have
taglines.
Ain't nobody gonna have. But the tagline is one thing. But for somebody to take that phrase and be able to use it like a major brand, they can't do that, or else they owe you if you have to trademark it.
Right.
So for like More Money, More Problems, or what's another?
Like a tagline on a record. Oh, okay.
He probably couldn't tag Life After Death. That's like too vague. Like when Brian tried to trademark Taco Tuesday, they told him no.
Right.
So something like that, but something so specific you would think that you don't have to, because nobody would come after you to take that.
I don't think it's the first. I think like there's some artist or some rock group or somebody had a record called Dreams and Nightmares before Meek. I don't think it's an original like two words put together is what I'm saying. I think this was a phrase already existing.
Well, maybe he wants to profit off of it, so that's why now he's trademarked. Now, I don't know if it was approved. It was filed.
I couldn't imagine it being that long. That song's been out like 15 years, and he's.
But again, maybe he just never. Maybe
he's
he never
performed that shit 1,000 times, and he's Super Bowl. I mean, Eagles games and all kinds of shit.
But we're just talking about that. Those three words. Well, actually, and because when you trademark something, it's exactly dreams, the ampersand, for and then nightmares.
Right.
That's what's meaning. So now, if anybody else tried to like create a product or something with that on there, they can't because it's his. Well, not saying they can't, but they're not supposed to because it's his trademark.
So you think he had wind of it?
That's what I was thinking.
Tried to trademark it, and then now he coming out acting so surprised, like, "Hey, what's this?" When you probably had wind of it, which is probably why you tried to trademark it.
Yeah,
you heard something was coming.
But he said he thought it was fake, and then maybe when that's probably when he did it, and then when he realized, oh, it's not fake. Yeah, but Nike got some nerve because Nike don't play when it comes to their own product. There was a guy who created a sneaker line. Now, I'll be the first to admit, these really was just like Nikes and Jordans that he put a lightning bolt on instead and had a bunch of different colorways. They look dope. They look super, super dope, but they literally just look like Nikes, it looks like Dunks and Jordans. And they took him to court. Now, I don't know what happened. I don't know what was the end all and be all of it. He has he has continued to create more products, but I think he's still selling those. I don't know if like they get a portion of it. I don't know what the end result was, but it's like down. No, because he's still selling them. That's what I'm saying. They didn't shut it down. So did they agree that, or you can keep doing this and we're gonna get some of the profit? I don't know.
Nike ain't doing that. That's the thing. Like, they're too big, baby. You're talking about a $1 billion company not gonna let a person that's making a few $100,000 operate and say, you give us a piece. Like, they don't give a shit about that. They care about their name and you fucking it up. Well, and the prototype of your shoe is ours. It's the fucking Air Force One. You just took the Nike sign off and put a lightning bolt on. Yeah. But everything else is the same.
So for them, like, we know they don't play about their brand. So for them to think that they could play about somebody else's is very
billionaires
audacious.
They usually buy the company, the small company, and shut it down, or they make you shut it down. They take you to court and you can't afford it, you got to shut it down, or they just buy you.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
That's very audacious of them to do so. But yeah, hopefully but I do look at LeBron. What if they looked it up
and seen it's not trademarked, it's not patented anywhere? Let's do the shoe.
That's shady. And it's shady for Brian not to confirm, because again, I don't think it was up to him to call Meek, but I do think that he should have confirmed with Nike that they called Meek.
I agree with you.
He shouldn't have rocked with it if they didn't.
I think
unless they lied.
I think Nike do their due diligence and realize it's not trademarked. It's not whatever, because they had this had to be in the making. So it was like, hey, it's not trademarked. It's not owned by anyone. Let's do the brand. Let's do the shoe.
But they even aligned it with his album, which is crazy. So like,
yeah, I mean, they knew where it came from.
But that's what I'm saying. It's not like y'all just use this name and acting oblivious. Y'all are aligning it with his album without even talking to him about it. That's crazy. Did y'all think that he wasn't going to say anything?
That's out of pocket.
Yeah.
It's out of pocket. Last gram. Ray J got knocked out. Like, I don't know, some rapper from California, like underground rapper, but he did a MMA fight on Ross's,
like a legal knockout.
Yeah, you know how Gillian Wallow did the fight thing? Mm-hmm. Well, Aiden Ross did this stream with MMA he had a bunch of fights, like 8 or so fights. Lance Stevenson choked out Michael Beasley.
Oh God.
Tapped him out. Like, so that was over. And then the next fight, Ray J gets in the ring with this dude, and they're throwing punches. Ray J's throwing kicks, and this guy mollywopped the shit out of Ray J. And Ray J was stuck in the air like this, knocked out. The guy had moved all the way over there, and Ray J was stuck in the air like that, and then he fell through the ropes, like knocked out. And then he said he was supposed to die like 3 months ago.
Oh yeah, he did say.
He was doing a show. He was bleeding from the eyes.
Ray J too old for the antics
and the ears.
He like that family member that can't get right.
And since the knockout, he's been in the hospital where he's already went live.
Oh,
in the hospital bed.
He's like that family member that can't get right, and one of them people that think like.
Do you think the heart things he trolling?
I don't know, but he's one of them people that's like any attention is good attention. Like, I'm just going to do anything for attention, whether I'm dying, whether I got a disease, whether I'm getting divorced, whether I'm getting arrested. Like, I'm just going to do... He starts beef with people for no reason. He
swung on the owner of Zeus.
Like, he just...
tried to sucker punch the owner
Again, it's like any attention is good attention. Just keep my name... nobody ain't talked about Ray J. I ain't been in the tabloids in 3 months. Let's start some ruckus. Yeah.
I don't know about his heart condition. His heart condition is near and dear to my own heart, but I'm just saying.
I didn't know he had a heart condition.
This is what he said. He said he had a heart condition. His heart was working on 20%, and he was in the hospital. Then he said it got up to like 60%. Then he said he was going to die in like 3 months. That was like 6 months ago. Then he took an MMA fight. So it's like, what doctor would clear something like that if this is so serious? You got to see a cardiologist to be like, hey, I'm about to get into a fucking MMA fight. And if your heart condition is so serious, like, you wouldn't be doing that shit for a few bucks.
And you would think if Ray J just like sat down, led a normal life, did whatever music he gonna do, like, why wasn't that enough for him? It's like his yearning for... His yearning for the attention that Brandy got when she was younger, like, drove him crazy. You
think that's what he always wanted, her attention?
Yeah.
He wasn't enough being her brother because she gave him shine.
No, it was because he was always known as Brandy's little brother.
I know, but he has earphones, the scooty bike. He had so many ventures that he had. He's been on.
He could have continued to do that and been extremely successful.
What was the earphones called?
But he Ray Buds. Yeah. But again, he wants to shine. But look, we know about it, but how many people really know about it? And I heard that they were great.
Yeah, I heard good things about
But that's the thing. It didn't get enough notoriety. Ray J wants to be as huge as Brandy was. Like, yeah, he has his own name, but now his name is always attached to some BS. He wants to... But before it was always Ray J, Brandy's little brother. Now it's just like, oh, Ray J, oh, God, what is he into now?
I ain't never been knocked out before. I'm sure that if you got a heart condition, that's not good to be unconscious.
Right.
Yeah, that's not good. Just to be shockingly knocked out, like, especially knocked out on your feet and then you fall.
Yeah.
And then he's supposed to be in the hospital now. So if that's real, prayers out there, Ray J. I hope you're okay, man. Yeah. That's a wrap. Back to the podcast, episode 278. It's a close. Your boy International Walk.
Your girl Tasha goes.
Y'all know by now. If you fuck with us, you fuck with us. If you don't, you don't. Peace.
If you don't, you should.
Don't, you should. Peace. Yeah. What that she said.